Hello guys, how's it going today? It's now March the 17th. It's about 10:30 Central Standard Time, and we're going to give you guys a very quick update. I'm going to try to give you guys many more quick updates throughout the day because I want to keep the baby whale pod safe. That is my job. Well, not really my job because I'm technically unemployed. Is that funny? I'm unemployed. That's so funny. So I originally thought that we were done the wave, right? I originally thought that this was waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and this was something like 5, right? And I originally thought that we were basically going to end up making something like this, which I stand corrected, okay? We always make our mistakes, and I stand corrected, 76, and then something like that down. Now, let's give you guys a very detailed count, first of all. I stand corrected, and someone helped me actually figure it out, which I really appreciate. Sometimes you miss certain things, and it's our job as a trader to be open to constructive criticism because you need to be able to grow your game, right? You need to become a better trader, and the only way you can really do that is to acknowledge sometimes when you are wrong, right? Well, I wasn't wrong in an extreme way, but someone brought up a count that makes a lot of sense. So let's go over this count with you guys, all right? Now, originally I had that count, but the way I'm seeing it now is more like this, okay? 1, 2, 3, whoops, my mistake there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that, all right? Now, I'm gonna count this here as my, excuse me, let me just get it in more detail. I'm going to count this as my A, right here is my B, and this is my C. Now I'm going to count this part right here as my 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if I go into a very close detail here, the 1 actually started well about here, and the 2 technically started over here, okay? Now I'm going to get into a very detailed count here. I'm just doing this so I don't have to, you guys will see what I mean. I'm doing this just so I can change up my waves here and get it in very high detail and take that out. Actually, that's good enough. So now I'm going to count this right here as my A, B, C, D. Whoops, I was wrong. This is actually 1 right around here, okay? And I'm going to count this as my beginning of A, probably C, D, like that. It goes something like that. Or if I want to really analyze it, maybe this is A, maybe that's B, maybe this is C, this is D, and now this is the E count up here like that. That seems to make a lot more sense. I want to explain to you guys why that is A, B, C, D, E, because we have to remember that in waves 1, like 2, which we're just gonna just give you guys an example like that. Sometimes we end up seeing in these structures A, B, C, D, and E. It ends up making like a 5-wave structure for the entire thing, right? Like a symmetric triangle is how you guys might see it as. I see it as an A, B, C, D, E type of corrective pattern, right? So that's mainly how I'm seeing it right now. And then this ends up making something like that, right? And then it breaks down. So waves 2 can also act like wave, we have to remember that A, B, C, D, E can happen in any corrective wave, okay guys? Any corrective wave it can happen in. So if this was my updated count right there, then I'm also going to call this right here my A, B, C, D, and E, like that, right? So check that out. If waves 2 and 4 can be A, B, C, D, E, then waves B as well can also have an A, B, C, D, E in here. And we call this basically a 5-wave corrective pattern. Now, we haven't seen a 9-wave corrective pattern in a while, but I'm going to go over that with you guys in high detail another time when we actually get there, okay? So this is my A, B, C, D, and E, just like this. I call this my waves, the beginning, the point 0, point origin, right there. This is my waves 1. We count 5 waves in the leading first wave diagonal here, just like that. And did I end up entering a position there? Yes, I did, guys. Of course I did. I mean, that's why I'm doing these TA because I'm trying to catch the bottom, and I'm one of the most transparent traders, as you guys know. I'm actually up about $60–$70 already right now. Okay, so I'm up a very decent amount right now. Let's see how high we can spike this to. Someone actually spiked it incredibly high already, as you guys saw here. Let's do a very quick live trade for you guys as well, so you can see 79.39. The market is actually incredibly interested in buying this right now. Okay, very interested in buying it. You guys are probably going to see my order spike here very soon. I'm probably going to make $140 profit here. Why am I only going to take a little bit of profit? Because I can ladder my buy, right? I can easily buy. I'm very biased right now towards bear scenario, and because I am biased towards a bear scenario, it just makes sense for me to actually get to that range right there. Okay, so let's see if we can actually spike it up right here. No, it didn't actually spike right here. That's unfortunate. But you know what? Let's make this video like a live trade video instead, all right? Let's make a live trade. Let's read the level 2 order book very quickly together here. Okay. Let's see if someone is actually going to spike it up there. We'll see in just a few seconds here. I'll come back to this in just a few minutes. So once again, we have waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming down just like that. Okay, that makes entire sense to me. We have our A, B, C, D, and E structure, and then we're looking for a corrective wave upwards, right? And this corrective waves was pretty easy to identify, in my opinion. Remember how I was calling the 8,300 range there? I was calling 8,300 because it's simple, right? Very simple. I was assuming up to 0.382 or the 0.5 Fibonacci region right there, right? And that's where we nailed. So this one here nailed a pretty decent ratio. It hit about 0.5, right? So because this one hit roughly 0.5 near 618, we will assume simple. We hit 0.5 fib roughly. Therefore, assume next wave will also hit trend line resistance, trend line channel resistance at a reasonable fib level. At a reasonable fib retracement level. Okay, so that's really important to understand that, guys. So that's why I'm doing this for you guys here. I want you guys to really understand. So let's go back to our live trade. I've got mine at 79.39. Okay, you guys do the math, right? 79.39 minus 78.89-ish is roughly a $60 difference, right? $60 difference times 3 with my 0 fee is a $120 profit, where I expect it to bounce up there. Actually, I expect it to get a lot higher. Who am I kidding? Let's go to 79.49-ish, right? I really think that this is the bounce. Just put it that way, all right? If this is not the bounce, I'll be darned. Yeah, I'll definitely be really shocked if this is actually not the bounce right here. But yeah. So, well, there might be one more wave coming down. Don't get me wrong, like one more tiny wave coming down, because you know, like one more sub wave in here. But either way, I think we're like really near already to the very bottom. But let's just take a look and just hang tight here together. And then we have our waves coming down here. Okay. So I'm just gonna mark right here. Actually, I should probably change this. We hit 0.5 fib to 0.618 fib roughly. Therefore, assume next wave will also hit trendline resistance at a reasonable fib, right? So then now we have waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming down here. This is on a very micro time frame as well, okay? Very small time frame where we ended up getting 5 waves in here somewhere like that. Now we're just looking for the 5 waves right here. It could be the 5th wave already, but if we actually look on it on a very small time frame, there might be one more wave coming down, right? Like tiny wave. We're talking like $20, $30, because if this was actually broken down, we would just call this 1, 2, 3. Is this 5? Is that 5 right there, right? Or is there one more touchdown there to 78.40, 78.50 range? It's getting a little bit of resistance there, so yeah, it's definitely facing some sort of resistance right there. Right, I'm still up a decent amount. I could have definitely taken my profit there. This is now the 5 waves that have formed in here. So it might not be the bottom, right? We might be trending a tiny bit lower. So because we're trending a tiny bit lower, I don't really know if this is the bottom or not. Once again, it might be 78.50, just to give you guys, to be very clear with you guys, okay? I mean, we might hit it one more time down there, but it seems like we're pretty much almost there regardless. So I'm okay with just kind of sitting on my position and waiting right now for something to happen, all right? Like, yeah, I'm really okay with it. I'm even okay with just changing my profit, like maybe even go to 70-30 or something like that, 70-25, just for a super quick profit if someone decides to spike up the market right here, right? So let's just take a look to see what's going to happen here together. I want to make this kind of a live trade video and I guess a small technical analysis. We're just going to keep reading the level 2 order book together, right? I'm in the position for about $25,000 or something like that, 23,000. I tend to play big amounts when I'm scalping, because yeah, it sucks sometimes that when you're scalping, guys, you got to remember that there's a lot of potential when the market is very volatile, right? And the market is not that volatile right now compared to like January, compared to you know, December-ish, compared to when Ripple, guys, it was ridiculous. Ripple, like, I'm gonna give you guys some perspective about how ridiculous Ripple was, right? Ripple was moving like 10-20 cents like in a few minutes sometimes, right? So if you're playing like, you know, Ripple and you only have like $1,000 to play, let's say Ripple was $1, okay? Let's say Ripple was like only $1. Starting to spike up a little bit if you guys notice here, okay? When Ripple was literally only $1, guys, and it moved 10 cents, and let's say you had 1,000 Ripple, right? Well, 1,000 Ripple moving 10 cents is $100. Isn't that kind of ridiculous when you put into that kind of perspective, right? So when you were playing like 10,000 Ripple, which was only like, even when it was like, you know, 70 cents, for example, like a $7,000 position, and it moved like 10 cents, you were making like $1,000. Like, Ripple was honestly the most profitable coin that I have ever played. Actually, not just Ripple, IOTA too was crazy during that time. I remember it was moving like 50 cents in 30 minutes. And I was playing like massive positions of like, you know, of like 10, 20,000 IOTA when they were about $2-3 there. And wow, was IOTA and Ripple, EOS too, actually. Holy crap, there's been just so many coins, guys, that's just been like astronomically profitable, you know? So yeah, like I don't know, I just want to make this video really short for you guys. I might even take my profit now. Let's see what happens if I actually take my profit. I plan to buy back a little bit lower, so let's just see if I go 79.9. Let's see if anyone will actually spike up the price. There's not even much, honestly. There's not really much at all, like, but the thing is, this might actually end up ticking down now for one more bounce down, so I'm not really sure, right? Because if I count it right now, it doesn't look like it's complete yet, right? It doesn't really look like it's complete, okay? That's what I'm saying. Or is this complete right there, maybe, right? So there's really many ways to look at it right now. So I'm kind of like on the fence. I'm just moving my orders back and forth all the time here. So yeah, it's not really doing anything right now. People are on the fence because they're thinking the same thing as me. Like, this is a small bear flag, probably super tiny bear flag. Like, it's tiny, right, when we think about it. And I shouldn't even be worried about these small movements. But I am greedy when it comes to playing the market. I like to capitalize on very small gains and get the best possible prices. So I don't mind at all. Like, okay, we see the pressure clearly, okay? We see the pressure right here clearly. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, take my profit or something. Let's see if anyone's gonna spike it up right here. Like, there might be one more wave down to 7,800 even, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the chance and you know, just and let it ride, for example, okay? I want to take my profit when I can and buy back at a cheaper price if it does something like that, okay? That's kind of how I work always. So let's just take a look at here together and to see if there's one more tiny subwave coming down, or if we actually caught all of it already. Because if we did, awesome. If not, then I'll probably add more to my position, to be quite honest, in front of you guys. So let's just see here. Am I prematurely take my profit too early, right? Is it actually going to go lower? Is it worth the risk of actually taking my profit, even if it's like $100, just so I can buy back a tiny bit lower? What if it doesn't actually go lower? What if my Elliot wave count is wrong? So there's a lot of different factors to consider, okay? So right now we're seeing some bearish pressure to come down, as you guys can see already. So what am I going to do here? I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to wait, I guess, and I'm going to add more on the dip. So this does look like there's one more wave coming down, right? This is how we have to evaluate and analyze, you know, on a very, very micro time frame, right? So here we are, just downtrending. We can hit 78.30 ranges. Trust me, guys, we could hit 78.30 very, very easily as well. Looking at the 5-minute chart, we're probably fairly oversold, I'm guessing, almost, right? We don't really see 5 structures coming down yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's one more structure. Okay, there we go. We've confirmed a small downtrend on the downside, right? You know, now we just got to be very patient. I could have taken my profit. See, guys, I could have taken my profit earlier for $100 and then simply bought back even cheaper, right? So now we got to understand that that there's a good chance of us hitting now 78.30 range. If we hit 78.30, that's probably where the bounce is going to be. We look on the 5-minute chart, it was really easy to tell as well. That's why I was doubting myself, right? I'm doubting myself, okay, is this the bounce right here? Is that the bounce right there? You know, there's clearly one more bounce coming down here right now, right? Around the 78.50 range. I would imagine a lot of people will actually rush in to buy. Looking at a micro time frame, this is now 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a little bit more coming down. So I might want to put in another order there, 78.50. I want to maybe buy 0.2. No, I don't want to buy that much. 0.2 right there, okay. Right, just something like that. I want to buy it maybe at 55, roughly as well. I'll just start buying 0.1 at a time. Okay, just 57, right? I want to catch the best possible prices. I want to ladder it on the way down. Let's say we go to 25. Let's say we go to 35. Let's say we go to 15. Let's say we go to 05. Yeah, there we go. So now I'm just kind of laddering my buys. I'm getting ready for the next possible bounce right here. Okay, if there even is another bounce, right? Like it's almost like we're slim pickings right now. Okay, 76.7, right? I'm gonna go 57. So I've got quite a bit in here, if you guys have noticed, right? I've got quite a bit in here. So yeah. Now we're just gonna literally just wait and sit, right? It's only $20 off, right? It's not really that much, but you know what? I'm pretty confident there's one more little subwave coming down right here, one more tiny subwave coming down, and then if my limit orders get filled, awesome. So I'm just gonna move some of them up here, right? There we go. There we go. Now it's starting to slowly downtick. I want to average out my buys as best as I possibly can. You guys see all these ladders that I have here, right? So if people actually dump the market right now a little bit, and they push it to where my target is roughly, then I'm gonna be very profitable, right? Let's just make sure that I'm doing it properly as well. Right? I'm gonna close my limit order over here for the sell. Okay. 57, 35, 15. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my buys. Let's see them push the market one more wave down. This is how I do it, guys, with Elliot wave, right? I count my waves right here, and I make sure I'm very meticulous with it as well. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3 roughly. Okay, there's gonna be a 4 somewhere right around there, and there's gonna be a 5 as well probably. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, let's just see if I'm right. This could very well as well be A, B, C, D, and E, right? So I'm not too concerned about the price at all right now. I'm doing this because I want you guys to see how I think during trading. And every single scenario. Oh, I'm stretching. It feels so good to stretch. I've got an awesome chair. My chair is so freaking awesome. When you stretch back on it, like your whole back is supported, right? And because your whole back is supported there, you I can just stretch back all the way, and it just feels so good on my back here. I also have another tiny chair for Luna. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there's my 57, right? There's my 57 order that actually got filled right here. Let's just try to move this down a tiny little bit to, like, you know, 40 ranges as well. Did you guys see that? I got the bottom end of that wick at 57. That's great. Do you guys see how I'm laddering my buys right here in front of you? Right? If it goes down tiny bit more, I'm ready. I'm ready to buy. So now we're just waiting here. Just waiting. Just chilling. I guess it's not going to be a short video. I apologize. Just waiting to see if there's a bounce. There we go. We're spiking up now. Okay, that could have been very much so it. Right? That could have been it. You guys see how I'm rationalizing this in a very micro way. There's the 5 bounces. Wicked! So if it did go down a little bit more, I would have been happy. If it didn't go down, same thing. No problem. So we spiked it up right now by like $30, $40. Just completely rejected right here. There we go. I'm already in the profit again. Sometimes you just got to be happy with what you buy. And I'm very happy with the amount that I have. I could have played. How much did I allocate myself to play? How much more could I buy in addition to this? I could only buy another $4,000. I think I have like 11, 12K in my margin account only, where I can let myself play 30, 35K roughly, right? So if we go down a tiny bit more, no problem. I'm ready. Let's see if we can even get, you know, around the 50 ranges. Are we going to break down right here? Let's take a look and just wait. We're at 80, 78, 75 right now, okay? 78, 75. It's just a matter of a waiting game now, guys. 78, 73, 68, 68, 69, 69. See, this is what we call the level 2, if you guys don't know. The level 2 order book, as much as I care about candles, I also do not care about it that much compared to the level 2. The level 2 is what actually shows us the story. This is the market depth visualization order book right here. This side right here shows the bids. So it'll show all the people that are looking to buy. This side right here shows all the people that are looking to sell. This right here shows all the trade histories, right? So if it goes down, wicked, I'm okay to buy a little bit more. If it doesn't, I'm okay to not buy. Either way, I'm pretty happy, right? You guys notice how my ladders are spread out here. 50, 35, 53, 43, 49, 48, 46. Some of them are a little bit too close. I don't want to have them way too close like that. So we're definitely finding heavy support right now in this region, right? Major support, which is actually a very good thing. That's freaking awesome. Can't complain about finding support. So you guys have to make sure you're staying extremely patient, right? If you stay extremely patient, you have yourself a great chance of making some money. So now let's look on this on a different time frame here. Let me just delete some of this stuff right here for you. Let me get rid of this background as well. Someone said to me I should just stream live all day. I think one day I'm just going to stream live and let you guys see how I work or something, right? If you guys see how I work, it'll be kind of interesting. I'm very busy throughout the day, like, believe it or not. How much do you guys see me work, honestly, huh? I think I work more than anybody that you guys know, no offense, right? I literally work every single minute that I'm awake. But is it really work? Is it really work, guys, when you're just making money, sitting at home, getting to talk to you guys on Twitter, on YouTube, you know? I'm just chatting with my friends throughout the day, chatting with you guys on Twitter. I'm like on the phone often, talking to my friends, you know, in different places in the world. It's not really work, guys. It's really fun doing what I do, honestly. There's just so much freedom. Like, you don't have to answer to a boss. You know, you guys have seen I wake up whenever the heck I want to. I sleep whenever I want to. I kind of do whatever I want. It's just cool to be your own boss. Not that I'm rubbing it in anybody's faces. I'm just, you know, talking a little bit about myself and my day, right? So now I got major OCD issues. I don't like the way they're stacked. So I usually just cancel my orders here. Okay. I cancel my orders here and then I just kind of redo it because I've got some OCD issues. So now I'm just going to go say 45. But how many more can I buy? I can buy 1.38 more Bitcoins. That's all right. So I'm just going to go let's just go right now to 65, right? Assuming there's one more tiny little bounce down. 65. I want to buy it at 50 because we're so close. I want to clearly buy it at 55. I want to buy it at 50. I want to buy it at 45. I want to buy it at 40. I want to buy it at 35, which I don't think it'll get to, but you never know. And if it doesn't drop any lower, I'm okay with the price exactly where it is, guys. Right now, people are still accumulating very slowly, if you guys have noticed, right? I'm okay for a 3.2 Bitcoin position. Okay, like if you guys think of our target, right? Like our target was roughly up there, okay? Or sorry, we're taking our fib range right around 83.60. We take the bottom range right here, okay? We take this as our bottom range. It's really clear that this is a target, right? Between 80.39 and 8100. So if I actually go into my, right here, my base price is what again? Base price is 78.80 at 3.2 BTC. 78.80, right? So if I actually put into my calculator here, 78.80, I got 3.2 BTC. My position size is 25K. If I went to 80.40 and I went to, you know, target 2 at 8100, was that it right there? 80.39, I like to be very precise, 80.39, and I keep my stop loss at like say 7800. Yeah, believe it or not, I'll take my, actually there's no way I'm gonna even have a, sure I'll have a stop loss for this, but I'll probably end up even buying more down. So let's just be reasonable here, right? If I targeted 8100, I've got a risk to reward right now of 2.75, right? 2.75 to 1. I got a chance to make $693 on the high side. If I took my profit at 80.39, I'm still making $500 on this trade. I know it seems it's a pretty small amount, right? But that's okay. Like I'm okay with that, guys. In terms of a gain, that's kind of how we roll, right? We roll by taking small profits throughout the day. Even if you guys played with like one Bitcoin position, like you think of it like that, okay? You're playing an $8,000 position, like it's good. Even if you're playing 0.25 Bitcoin and you guys were playing smaller positions, that's a really good risk to reward. You're playing $2,000 only, and you got a chance to win $54. Like that's really good, however you guys look at it, right? Risk to reward is actually really decent in my opinion. So now we're just waiting here. Just waiting. And there's not going to be much of an update right now, okay? So I'm in a position, I'm in a very good position. I can talk about my position and this trading game all day if you guys don't know by now, okay? Like I can literally narrate for a really ridiculously long time, and I don't want to do that because it's boring for you guys, right? So I'm going to come back to this trade when there's more of an update, okay? See you soon. Okay, if you guys have noticed now, we're actually dropping a little bit in price, right? Dropping a tiny bit in price over here. It almost filled up my ladder positions, but it actually just grazed it, right? It went down to about 66. Mine's at 65, so it didn't quite get down there. But what we're noticing heavily right now is that it wants to. Now this is more likely a descending triangle, okay? A descending triangle likes to break down, right? So because it likes to break down, we're just gonna see what kind of pattern this actually ends up forming right here. If it ends up forming a pattern like that, then easily we're gonna deduce that it's gonna break down, okay? Now it's just a matter of time, in my opinion, until it does break down. So you just gotta be very, very patient. Now I might even wanna, depending on how low this one gets, right? If it breaks down heavily, we could easily be targeting a little bit of a lower range there. And what I do is I micro-analyze very diligently. And because I micro-analyze, I like to get the best possible price. So if that actually goes down a little bit lower, unfortunately, we're going to see much lower ranges. We're going to see something like 78.20 range, okay? So now we're just going to take a look at this and just keep looking at it. I'm going to delete some of my limit orders here, because now I've realized that this might very well be a descending triangle, right? So get rid of some of my orders here and just see how it stacks up here if it does break down. So if I'm looking at the 70.20 ranges about, it makes 100% sense for me to just start laddering it up to 70.20 now instead, okay? Just to be very safe. Let's just keep waiting together right here and see how it works out. It's not guaranteed it's going to get there, but there's a good chance. We see a big battle right now between the bulls and the bears. These guys are trying to just, you know, sell off what they have from a low price maybe. Who knows? Who knows what they're trying to do, right? But I'm still in a very good average price here. Notice I'm only down literally $5, but it says 67. Well, it's because it's factoring into the maximum fees, which I don't really like. Let's go take a look at the longs versus shorts right now as well. So the longs versus shorts. That's Litecoin. Litecoin's still in the channel. It's kind of doing its own thing. Short positions are kind of getting liquidated right now, actually. Longs are probably really going up, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, the longs are really going up right now. That's great. Okay, it means that the shorts are getting liquidated. Can't complain about that at all. Just going back to my looking at Ethereum Classic. It's I'm just more so monitoring it for a friend right now. LTC. I'm not trading any Litecoin at all right now. Just trading Bitcoin, that's it. Just trying to see what it's doing at this specific structure right here, okay? So I'll keep you guys updated. Just to keep you guys updated with my position, right? We've been finding very solid support in this range right here, okay? Super solid support here. I could have taken my profit many times already, actually, right? Could have taken it like around 79.40. If I did, that would have been an $180 profit. But I want more of a profit. I mean, if you think about it, I could have played every single bounce, but that's really hard to do, guys. It's very, very difficult to do right now, to play every single bounce, right? And we just don't want to take that risk all the time. The volume is very supportive, in my opinion. We are starting to bullishly diverge as well, right? Yeah, we're definitely starting to bullishly diverge. I do see kind of 5 counts in here already. On my RSI, I do see 5 counts, right? Just like that. So it's hard for me to think that there's going to be another wave down now. We're pretty much right there on the border already, and I feel like a lot of people are going to start buying soon. We look on the MACD, on the 15-minute chart, it's actually crossing over, right? It's definitely crossing over right here. We see 5 waves pretty much coming down. On the histogram, 1, 2, 3, 4, and our 5th wave. And even if we draw it, right, it pretty much matches exactly kind of like right around there from where it is, right? From that peak over here where it started, right? 1, right? And 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you're drawing it on the histogram side like that, you basically see 5 waves as well. So it's hard for me to think that there's going to be another wave coming down, right? So if I look on a very micro time frame right now, excuse me, it just looks like it's finishing up its final 5 waves, okay? I mean, like, it's just going 1, 2, and, you know, 3, 4, and this whole structure is probably the 5. That's 4, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this might have very well been the very last bounce coming down, because we're finally getting the first rejection candle to the downside. This is a rejection candle, okay? This is not a rejection candle, these right there series. It's more like a bearish inverted hammer, or sorry, a bullish inverted hammer that wants to push to the upside. This is the first doji candle that we've seen on a 10-minute chart that's very indicative, in my opinion, of support. And even though this one's bearish, we just simply push another $10, guys. It's really not that much. Another $10, this candle will actually end up becoming very bullish. See what I mean? If it becomes bullish, right, we're now going to get the high is going to be green. So now, yeah, like this is a bullish inverted hammer right here, right? It's looking pretty good, getting a lot of series of bullish signs. So based on Elliot wave, it's so hard for me, guys, to think that this is going to go down. Like we're literally just about to cross over in 1 minute, okay? In 1 minute, we're going to get a crossover. We're bullishly diverging to the upside already right there. Now, we're gaining a lot of strength in the 30-minute chart, okay? We haven't exactly crossed over on a 30-minute chart, but the 30-minute chart, that's not for a little while, right? We got to just give it some time here. Let's see what happens on the 15-minute chart. Or sorry, the 45-minute chart. We're reaching oversold regions. Are we going to bounce off of it right here? Most likely. Most likely we're going to bounce off of it. We got a really good series of rejection candles to the downside. Rejection, 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 right? Lots of rejection candles to the downside. So I cannot help but think to myself that we are going to bounce from this specific region right here. 2 hour chart, there's really nothing to show yet, in my opinion. We got to just keep looking on the lower time frame right here, okay? We got an RSI resistance that we need to break, okay? We got an RSI resistance right here. We can kind of see a little bit of a slope. Because we see a little bit of a slope here, it's almost indicative that it's gonna bullishly diverge, right? Look how it's going upwards like that, and we get a series of a bullish divergence right here as well, like a double divergence. Yeah, sure, we're hitting some peaks right there, but the moment that we cross over to the 55 RSI zone, that's where we're gonna gain a lot of bullish momentum, guys. Like, we're talking a lot of bullish momentum, okay? I keep you guys updated later. Bye. Okay guys, I actually was away from the computer there because of my previous tweet. If you guys caught that, it was a little bit outrageous, okay? So yeah, I'm out of the trade because of my previous tweet, and here's my profit. $221 profit. You guys saw my base price. You guys saw everything. I'm so transparent. Dear gosh, right? I got nothing to hide. You guys have seen me ladder my buys under the 7,900 range. And I sold all of them, the 3.2 Bitcoin there at $79.50 for a $221 trade. So let's summarize very quickly why we went into this trade, guys, okay? Important for you guys to understand this on a very detailed level, and I will actually load my chart here so you guys see. This is my March 17 Elliot wave right here. I saved my charts. There we go. Oh wow, look how it loaded up the chart, guys. Don't you guys just love how it loaded up the chart right there? No, it didn't even load! TradingView, what do I pay you for? What do I pay you for? Seriously, what do I pay you for? Oh my god. Okay, okay, that didn't even save anything. Let's just go to my Steemit, then I can show you guys the chart in detail, okay? Here's the chart right here in detail instead. So the reason why we entered this trade for a very quick profit is because we saw waves 1, 2, right, and 3, 4, 5, which made subwaves 1. Here's the wave 2 going up there right there. Okay, that made our A, B, C. Within B, it made A, B, C, D, and E. Within waves 2 here, it made A, B, C, D, E, right? So it made these many A, B, C, D, E patterns, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming down here like that, right? Where this wave right here hit 0.5 to 618 fib roughly. Therefore, assuming next wave, we also hit trendline channel resistance, right, at a reasonable fib level. Just to be very clear, right, we hit a reasonable fib level. Target is between 0.5 and 0.618 fib level, between 80, 45, 42. I didn't mean that 80, 14, okay? I meant 80, 42, and geez, that's entirely wrong, okay? This is entirely wrong how I did it. 8042 is supposed to be like right here at 8100 is what I meant. It was supposed to be in between right there, okay? So that's entirely wrong. I'll update that for you guys later. So this was the risk to reward setup. 3-to-1, enter between 7840 and 7890, and target between this target there, 8042 and 8104. That's the right target, okay? That's the right target. Stop loss 7750 to 7800. Chance to gain 2.87%. Chance to lose 0.86%. And here we go, guys. I'm going to take my $210 profit with you. I'm now up $450 today over 4 trades. And you guys saw me take 2 live trades right in front of you as well. So there you go. I hope you guys are enjoying my live trade videos. Thank you very much for all your time and for all your support. You guys are welcome to upvote this material if it has helped you in one way or another. If you guys ever want to buy me a beer or a drink or a dinner or a coffee, you're welcome to donate to the cryptocurrency piggy bank. Other than that, have a great day and see you guys next time. Bye now.